Thanks everyone so much for tuning in today.
Good morning, serving tears.
How you doing today?
Fitz, I am doing well. I
need to adjust my mic much better.
I have been up for hours.
What time did you get up this morning?
I got up at 6:30 just to make some adjustments to today's episode.
I was up on, I was up at 6:29 today. I can't stand when people do that. Oh, I ran 5 miles. Oh my god, I actually ran 6 this morning.
Like,
what's the competition? Why?
Do
Why are we doing that?
Do people feel weird when they do stuff like that? Because to me, if somebody's like, I woke up this morning, ran 5 miles, I'm actually gonna be like, yeah, that's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
If I did run 6, let them have that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say I ran 6.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I would just lie and be like, yo, what's up today? Let them have their moment.
Like, everybody deserves, everybody is their own main character. I say this all the time, right? It's like, I see all these, I hate how much I've been referencing TikTok, but I swear to God, it has been taking over my life recently. But, everybody in New York City has this main character complex. Okay, if you take a step back, everyone should be their own main character in their own story, right? We're all the directors, writers, producers of our life.
Mm-hmm. We are, for sure.
And if you're not the main character, girl, you're doing it wrong.
I know.
Wait, Vince, tell me. Wait.
What were you gonna say?
No, go.
I was gonna, everyone has to be them. Just echoing what you're saying. Everyone has to be their own main character.
Exactly. Because then you're not doing it right. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I feel like, gosh, I slept all week. I did not run 5 miles. I basically took a 2-week break from working out. My body just needed it. Just been chilling.
Yeah.
Slept for 14 hours. Saturday, I can sleep. I really needed it. I've been working really hard, and hey, I always do. Come on. But I just needed a break. I just needed to chill. I've been so proud of myself recently. I've been so into reading. I used to never read a single book, and anytime someone was like, "Oh, what's your favorite book?" I'm like, one I read in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But now I've read 4 books this month.
This girl literally
Like 300-page books.
No, they're massive.
Yeah.
The one book, the How to Stop Worrying and Start Living,
Mm-hmm.
that probably took me like a week and a half. Fitz literally read it in 2 days. 2 days.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, I'm on page like 400. I'm like, what the fuck? You started reading it 20 minutes ago.
It's like you started, I'm on page 30. Well, I'm on page 31.
We've actually been doing that a lot recently. It's so funny.
I know, as jokes and stuff.
Is it a joke? I'm not taking it as a joke.
Everything has meaning behind
Like, when you're like joking around with your friends and then something sounds like a little too personal and you're like,
oh my god, like when, oh gosh, that was one TikTok and all the comments were like, that sounded personal.
Yeah.
Friends just going back and forth and stuff. It's like, whoa,
dude,
take a step back.
Yeah, no, but honestly, I'm jealous that you stayed in because
I'm telling you what, sleeping in and just staying in on a weekend and waking up feeling good is so underrated, especially as you get older. I feel like you always have to, I feel like as you get older, you kind of have to, and you're living in a city, like, I have to do something on Saturday night, I have to do something Friday night. No, you don't. You can stay inside, save some money, work on your health, get some sleep, especially now. I feel like everyone's freaking sick. Dude, everyone's sick right now. It's crazy.
Everyone.
So just took this weekend to relax, get recharged, didn't run 5 miles. But yeah, it was just a recharge weekend. It was awesome. But enough about me.
So yeah, this weekend was weird, but like,
It's always a weird weekend.
No, but Friday night, okay, we did go to dinner at 19 Cleveland. Hi, hey y'all. Hey y'all, this is for you. Habibi. No, so that restaurant is oh god, the food, honestly, every single time I eat there, it gets better. Every time. Every time. That's the only restaurant I eat at, right? We eat at. But, so we did dinner there.
Is it, okay, so Mamo?
Mamo.
Very good in Soho too. And then Dante. We have been trying to get a reservation at this place forever. it's very different from Florida. You kind of have to make a reservation here 2 weeks in advance plus. Like people wake up Sunday morning at 9 a.m., go onto Resi or Open Table and book things 2 weeks in advance because it's competitive. So we went to Dante. In 2019, it got rated the world's best bar.
The world's
best bar. So we went to Dante and all we had were like one drink each, and then we got this like potato appetizer and then
a side of potatoes
and a cauliflower appetizer. I was like, how is this gonna make us full? It was one of the best meals I think I've had. The sauce. It's under the sauce. It's under the sauce. Another TikTok reference.
It's under the sauce. It's from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But the sauce with these potatoes, that's how you say it in Arabic. The sauce with those potatoes, holy hell. I mean, like, if I could, I also saw this TikTok. My God, I need another form of social media.
Do you think there will be another TikTok app that comes about in like a year or so?
So like Triller, right?
That was the original.
Oh, that was the original?
I think it was the original TikTok, and then TikTok, everyone who was really big on Triller, I think this is how it was, then went on to TikTok and made it big. But you know how there's just, when Instagram was happening, TikTok wasn't even a thing, and then TikTok has taken over from Instagram and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what kind of app that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because TikTok, is strictly video. Everyone now's like, oh, it's so embarrassing to post photos on Instagram. I've heard that just a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, oh no, TikTok's kind of like taking over the world. But I wonder what form of social media is gonna be next.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I feel like with people's attention spans these days, mine included, things like TikTok, where my For You page is curated just for me, and then I can scroll through like 5-second videos and either laugh or get information that I need. So what I was trying to say, the TikTok with the sauce, it was like, is food at restaurants really good, or is it the dipping sauce? And you know what I mean? Like, I think, because when I dip something in sauce, obviously food is good.
Yeah.
But, like, the potatoes, for example, at Dante, like, the sauce, to me, made that dish. Because, at the end of the day, okay, you just made, like, baked potatoes, but the freaking sauce.
I also think it's the amount of salt that they put in. I know, love salt.
Wait, okay, so, all right, so we did 19 Cleveland. I shouldn't have gone out on Saturday, but I did go to SantaCon. I was a reindeer, really liked the outfit, started drinking at like 11, and we took like a brief break around 2:30, went out to dinner. The night part was just a hilarious joke, but like went out to dinner and like at Copperstone, which is really good, and then went to Red Lion, which was fun, and then woke up Sunday feeling a little congested. And it's so funny because I see all these TikToks right now. It's like, if you're seeing this, you have COVID. Like, you have COVID. Everybody that went to SantaCon has COVID right now. So
stay safe, stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. But Christmas is coming, girl.
Christmas is coming. Going down to Florida for a couple weeks. Going home. Just gonna be nice. It's 80 degrees there right now. I cannot wait. Gotta work on my golf game. Can't wait. I'm really just getting older, aren't I?
No, you're like, can't wait to get on the course, get a beer.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Or tequila.
Tequila on the golf course.
Is that reckless? I probably.
I just can't wait to be in the heat, be with the fam, go golfing. It's gonna be a great time. Might go to a Lightning game.
Ooh. Still have not made it to a professional hockey game.
You haven't been to a hockey game, and I've never been to an NBA game.
And
Have you ever been to an NBA game?
No.
We have to go to an NBA game. I want to go so badly.
Madison Square Garden is
It's like
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Walking distance from our house. We have to go.
Yeah, no, we need to go. We need New Year's. Oh, it's not really a New Year's resolution.
I was literally.
But it's a goal, a New Year's goal.
Facts.
But
go to a game.
yes.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. So this Saturday, actually, Maddie and Foley, shout out, I love you guys. So it's their engagement party. So we have that on Saturday, and then I'm gonna go home for a little bit, and then Zico just surprised, like literally 5 minutes before this. So we are staying in Montauk for all of Christmas and like into the new year. So, I mean, it's like a family
It's fun.
vacation. It's going to be so fun.
I had no idea what Montauk was at all when I lived in Florida. I was like, where is that? Is that in the U.S.?
Yeah, seriously, it sounds like it wouldn't be.
Yeah, but it's, so it's going to be excited for you guys.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
good
excited.
Fan time.
I know, it's going to be good fan time. I hope our friends don't hate me because we were supposed to go to Epcot, but now that my family's going on vacation, I'm
Fam first. It's family time, you know.
Keeps family close. Fam close. Enemies close.
Should we get into tennis?
I think so, honestly. Let's not. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No. So today's episode 11. Wait, actually, before we do that, it's episode 11.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on. I think it's 11.
No, it is 11. It is 11.
Yeah,
I
because
promise.
we celebrated episode 10.
Oh yeah. So we so Jackie Fitz, me, I always just have a sweet tooth. If you've lived with me before, if you're my close friend, you know I just love my sweets. Love froyo. Ordered it 3 times a week in not high school, in college, freshman year, which contributed to freshman 20, 25. We'll leave it at that. Everyone needs to have their moment. It's okay. Well, I gained 45. No. I gained 50. So, anyways, I love sweets, and we were just, we wanted to treat ourselves to some sweets, and we ordered Milk Bar on Monday night, and so I am gluten-free, and Milk Bar has some great desserts, and they had a full-on birthday cake for like $70. Gluten-free, and I was like, we gotta get this. $94 later, we bought a cake for the 2 of us. A full-on birthday cake just for the 2 of us, and we've been eating it since Monday out of the fridge. Material girl. So we've been eating the Milk Bar cake since Monday, and
these truffles, unbelievable.
I wish I could have the truffles, but you know what? I think I've probably eaten 75% of the cake.
It's so good.
It's just, I feel so bad after eating. I'm like, oh, and then I just go back for more. So
and also it's gluten free. You don't feel it the next day. Whatever. No, it's so funny. Last thing I'll say before we get in, Maggie responded to my Snap story when I put like literally the massive bag and the cake and the truffles. She was like, oh my god, like who's your secret Santa? Urso!
What guy gave you this?
What guy did that for
you?
Literally.
No one.
Okay, so episode 11.
Yes, let's get into it.
So first things first, we did post a little bit of a teaser on our Instagram about Bernard Tomic and Nicholas Kyrgios, right?
Yep.
So do they have beef? Who knows? Both of these players have been wrapped up in scandals in their romantic lives. And I put scandals in air quotes. It's nothing that's gonna get them to lose their careers by any means.
Just some love drama.
Like it's not sexual assault, right? Like it's just some love drama. So the New York Post, and also I'm reading off of my phone, the New York Post released 2 articles, one about Nick, one about Bernard. And let's start with Nick, our beloved Nicholas. Gorgeous 6'4" Aussie.
We dedicated a whole episode to you. It did very well, by the way.
It did.
It did very well.
It did. So 93 in the world. Apparently, he love bombs. Do you know what love bombing is?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay. So I didn't know it either. And it
no way.
I'm loving this episode. So it happens when someone overwhelms you with loving words, actions, and behavior as a manipulation tactic. So for example, ladies, if you think you're being love bombed, here are some cues to look out for. They lavish you with gifts. They can't stop complimenting you. They bombard you with phone calls.
This sounds like the perfect guy to me. I'm sorry.
It's literally like bombard you with phone calls, give you undivided attention, convince you that you're soulmates. I'm like, that sounds like a solid relationship.
Yeah, like, sign me up.
Like, sign me up for that. But anyway, apparently that can be seen as manipulation. People will see, regardless, I'm sure love bombing exists, but I mean, like, I feel like I would, like...
I mean, maybe it's saying that if they keep... How do I say this? If they keep making mistakes and they try to make it up to you by buying you gifts, maybe like distracting you.
I could see that. But yeah, like if I meet somebody and they're like, you know, infatuated by me.
Good communication skills, always attentive, listens to you. Like he's no, he's not. He just probably actually likes you.
Exactly. And like, you know, words of affirmation, one of my love languages, so like this might be a bad thing for me, but if you're dating me and you are regardless. So Chiara Passari, I hope I'm saying that right, accused Kyrgios of love bombing, not for attention, but for awareness. And they began dating July 2020, split after an argument in October, which led to a police visit at their hotel in Adelaide.
Oh my god, that's
so like, why the hell did this lead to a police visit, you ask? Well, Passari accused Kyrgios of cheating in a post on Instagram. So she reportedly shared a photo that appeared to show him in bed with a naked girl, and Kyrgios at the time has reported the cheating claims. Yikes. I mean, I guess I understand why it would lead to a police visit.
And this is on the New York Post?
This was on the New York Post. So anyway, that's Nick Kyrgios. That's his love scandal. Onwards. Bernard.
I also want him to have, hopefully he's playing the Australian Open. I would just love to see Nick be so focused for this year and just do so well because he's so talented.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I've seen him play at the US Open against Federer. People who were sitting behind me, there's one guy, he was saying, Nick, try. He's like, do something. And he was just kind of tanking. But I mean, I would like to see him, go far, but that's tough about his relationship.
Yeah.
Hope they're both doing well.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure Nick's like already dating somebody else. But Bernard Tomic, 6'5". I don't know why I'm saying
6'5", 150.
6'5".
Born in April. He's a Taurus.
Hey, we're compatible. That's the case.
Really?
Oh yeah. So
I'm
compatible.
Taurus.
Yeah, girl. That's why we're best friends. Virgos are compatible with Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, which all of my best friends fall in.
Wow. Unreal.
You, Jill's a Scorpio, and Munch is a Cancer. Cancer. Okay, onwards. Bernard Tomic, 6'5", also Australian, ranked 259 right now, wrapped up in a relationship scandal as well. And we talk a lot about headlines here, so this was also New York Post. So this is the title of it. Bernard Tomic's OnlyFans cameo with Vanessa Sierra was biggest regret of his life. Relax, okay? Calm down. But Vanessa, his ex, has an OnlyFans as well as an Instagram. She has like 450,000 followers. Good for her. But there was a photo on her Insta where Tomic is biting her ass as she's lying flat on the ground on her stomach. I know. So
I don't want to hear that.
Okay. And then in the caption of the Instagram post,
what is up with these tennis players?
That's what I'm saying. In the caption of the post, it's on her Instagram. Oops, I convinced Tom to do something bad. Go to my website to see the vid. Sorry, Mom. So I'm assuming, sorry, my nose is like dripping. I'm assuming that this is where like the biggest regret is. So, like probably on her OnlyFans is a video. I've never seen it. But it's funny because
don't do it.
Yeah, like as a tennis player, again, we talk about like how classy the sport really is, and that's why Nick can be controversial, right? Because, you know, he like, I don't know. That's why Nick, we talked about it already, how he can be kind of controversial because I think it is such a classy sport.
Yeah.
Like a country club sport, tennis, golf, like you don't see that much controversy there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why, I don't know, Federer is one of a kind.
Exactly.
Nadal, one of a kind. And then you hear, like even just hearing these...
Biting his butt, her butt.
Oh God, no, I don't want to hear that. It's like gross.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, they're kind of like the bad boys of tennis. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. But it's funny because I haven't really heard news about Tomic until Renee sent me this article. But as a refresher, he was known for his rise to the quarterfinals at Wimbledon as an 18-year-old in 2011.
That's insane, by the way. 18 years old making, you said quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Quarterfinals to Wimbledon, that's insane.
Exactly.
I was still in high school. Jeez.
And then his career went downhill afterwards because he was included in a lot of controversies and arrests, multiple police fines. Like,
oh my gosh.
hey, yo.
Yeah.
but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so that's their scandals. Let me get to if they have beef, right? So it's just funny that when Renee sent this article about Tomek, am I saying that right? Tomek.
Yeah.
So that was like 2 days ago. We went to Tomek's Instagram. We were like, what's going on? And on his story, he was throwing shade at Kyrgios. So I just think it's funny that both of these articles from the New York Post talking about both of these players, and then we go to Tomek's profile on Instagram and he's throwing shade at Kyrgios. We literally were like, wait, what is going on? And both players aren't really in a fight right now. Definitely, I think it's a little bit of clickbait, but what's going on? Both players, with respect, are saying that they are the better tennis player. So Tomek beat Kyrgios and Kooyong in an exhibition match, but Kyrgios has beaten the big three, Nadal, Federer, Djokovic, has more titles than Tomek. You know, like maybe Tomek is trying to create some beef before he comes back to tour because he is planning on playing in the Australian Open in the qualifiers because he's ranked 259. He wouldn't qualify for Australian Open regardless. So I don't know, I think maybe he's just trying to get his name back out there, like, hey, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, Australian Open's next month, crazy, so best of luck to both of them. We'll see how it plays out. But okay. All right, so that was funny. That was the funny part of the episode. Now let's get into post-Division 1 life. So life after sport. And Fitz, you actually brought this up.
I was talking about this with one of my friends last week, and just the transition of Division 1 or D2, D3 athletes after college, whether you played 1 year or all 4 years. Sometimes I don't understand how we were able to play 4 years of Division 1 tennis. I mean, the season, that's the thing about tennis, that it's quote unquote a spring competition sport or a spring sport, but you still have the fall season and you play from September till around end of October, November, and then you still have to train in December and January, and then once you get back, the season starts from January and kind of goes till the end of April, and then you also have to play ITAs over the summer, so it is year round. Yeah, so
It's
I don't know,
crazy.
if you're able to play all 4 years in whatever sport, round of applause, pat yourself on the back, because I swear, if you can do that and manage your time and still do well in school, that is such an accomplishment.
Such an accomplishment, seriously. Like, I read a few articles about this, and honestly, I really feel like deep down, we've always known this. So, like, the main message, and maybe I didn't feel it to the extent that other Division 1 athletes have felt it, or professional athletes have felt it, or other D3, D2 athletes, but the question really becomes when you leave your sport, it's like, who am I? Who are you? Right?
Yeah. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. I started playing tennis when I was 9, and I've been playing it now for 16 years. In college, you're identified as a tennis player. And my goal when I was 14, 15 years old was like, I want to get a full Division 1 scholarship and play in the lineup and play, all 4 years. That is a goal that I've been working for like 10 years. From when I started, I accomplished that goal by the end of my senior year, and it's like, now what?
Yep.
I'm not going to play pro, so what now? I have to find a new passion. I have to find an industry to work in, something that I have no experience in. What happens if I'm not going to like it? What kind of role am I looking for? What am I going to be good at? You really are starting from, I don't know, like from zero kind of, because if you're not going to continue in sports, or if you're not going to continue to play your sport, you really have to start fresh. And sometimes also it's difficult for you to find time over the summer to get an internship, because you also have to balance that with training. And you don't want to be taking, at least for me, I didn't want to be taking days off during an internship or anything. And especially if it was only a couple days a week. But
and the pay too. So like internships, a lot of the time you weren't getting paid, or just very little. And like you were saying too, over the summer we were training because we wanted a spot in the lineup the next year. And I would just teach tennis because there was I'm very lucky. Like, I worked at a country club, such good money in tennis just teaching. So I was like, why would I do anything else? I'm living on the court, I have to train anyway. So yeah, a big concern for me when I was trying to get a job was like I don't have intern experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like how, like the one thing that I was riding on was the fact that I did play 4 years of Division I tennis.
Yeah.
And that does get you super far, but there are other tennis players that can balance the internship.
Yeah.
So I was just like, shoot, how do I do that? And like, just to your point about how much this sport has consumed us, like we've trained extensively for years, our entire lives, making personal sacrifices along the way. And that just makes me think about middle school and high school, just a lot of the personal experiences that I missed out on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hanging out over the weekends. Like I was always playing tennis. Always. And like it sucks when you think about just the relationships that you're not getting to build with your other classmates. Like my best friends were people that I played tennis with.
Yeah, same here.
Exactly.
Same here.
And like there's just no balance,
Yeah.
really, because you are so driven to play Division I, right? That was my goal. That was your goal.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no balance because it's like we get so focused on accomplishing that goal, and we've worked on our entire lives, I mean, honestly, yeah, I picked up a tennis racket when I was 6, but I didn't start competing till I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that is my entire life. And of course, whether through injury or retirement, you're not going to play anymore, at least at the same level. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, and you kind of alluded to this too. When we were playing tennis and someone asked, like in class, right, like a fun fact about yourself or to describe yourself, I would always be like, hi, I'm Zaina Zaki and you're watching Disney Channel. And hi, I'm Zaina Zaki and I play tennis. I'm a tennis player, right?
Yeah.
So even like your family buys into that persona of you as well, and like your coaches and everybody around you. It's like, yeah, that's Zaina. She's a tennis player. I know my cousins, like, oh, like, why isn't Zaina out tonight? Like, a high school party or something.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't Zaina here? Why isn't Zaina here? Where's Zaina? Like, oh, playing tennis. Like, okay, that is who Zaina is, a tennis player. Right? And, like, it just, the parents part of it, too, like, I don't think this is talked enough about because they equally get wrapped up in the sport also, at least for me. So again, personal experience, like my mom would always take me to my tournaments. And like when you think about like both of your parents, like the money that they put into the sport.
So expensive.
So the rackets, the clothes, traveling.
The stringing, grips. Oh, there was, God, that happened to me a couple months ago. And I went to a place to go get some more grips, and they're like, "Oh, we can do it for you for, I don't know, it was like $15." I'm like, "You're gonna charge $15 to grip a racket?"
Yeah, it's bull.
I'm like, "What?"
Exactly.
It is such an expensive sport, and even shoes, and no, but the traveling. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm so grateful.
And even like the money to apply for the tournament to get in.
Oh yeah.
It was like $150 to even just put your name down to get into the tournament. Then flights there, hotels, cars. And then, like, okay, for like hard courts in San Diego, Clay's, which was in Memphis, Tennessee, it's like we're gonna fly all the way out there and you don't even know who you're gonna play first round. What if you lose first round? Like, that to me was it was such like unnecessary pressure. And like, you know, your parents are gonna be in your corner the entire time. Like, don't worry, just go out and play. But it's like, we just spent how much money and I'm gonna lose first round? Like,
Yeah.
Like, and I love, like, my mom, like, we're such a competitive family, but, you know, like, I would get on the court, she's like, you better not lose, like, first round.
Yeah.
It's so true. And, like, even getting recruited, because when you think about, like, again, just talking from personal experience, it's like getting recruited my junior and senior year, that was so stressful for me of high school.
Oh my
Because-
gosh, those are two biggest years.
The 2 biggest years, and I wasn't playing my best. So it's like, you know, all of this pressure. My parents put so much money into this sport. Like, what if I actually can't get a full ride? Like, what if I can't get to where I'm supposed to go? My junior, senior year, where I'm supposed to be at the top of my game, I'm not playing well. And then, like, getting recruited. Like, I didn't get recruited till, like, November of my senior year, where most people are committed before then. And it's like, it was just a very stressful time. Just because you put your entire life into it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what if I miss it? What
So
if I don't get it?
You want to see the return.
Exactly.
I mean, it is such an expensive sport, and also the time too that you're missing. You might have to miss a Monday if you make it to a tournament, and if you miss a test, you have to like make it up, or it's I just thinking about the amount of times that, I mean, even, gosh, there was always a one national tournament over Thanksgiving, and I think we spent probably 8 Thanksgivings in a row in one place in Florida, and we were never together.
Yeah.
It was because of tennis.
Exactly.
And there was always winter nationals too, which happened over Christmas. We would always fly out on Christmas, Thanksgiving. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices.
Exactly.
But it's paid off though, and we both got very blessed, got full rides to play 4 years Division I tennis. But yeah, I mean, we're so lucky in that way, and also for tennis, there's a lot of scholarships available for women's tennis in college, and I feel like that's not how it is for a lot of sports. But I always remember hearing that there were always 8 spots, not 8 spots per year, because it depended on how many seniors were graduating. So if there were 3 seniors graduating, that means that there were 3 full scholarships available. So that kind of gave you some sort of hope.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, if it got you your year and you only had one, again, more pressure. But yes, we got to where we were supposed to go. So that's great.
Yeah.
So now after college, what happens? Who are we? Right? So many athletes have a loss of their identity. It sounds like so dramatic, but it's so true. Like an identity crisis. What? Like, now I work in the corporate world. I don't play tennis anymore. Who am I without this sport? There's a thing called tunnel vision syndrome as well that some athletes go through, where it's like athletes suffer from depression because they aren't sure where to apply all of that focus anymore. So it's like, and I think this is where you start to see like obsessive habits.
Yeah.
And whether that be like eating disorders, unfortunately, over exercising, or even like totally disassociating from the sport. Like for me, when I graduated, I was so burnt out.
Oh my God, same.
That I wanted nothing to do with tennis.
I think I took a year off.
I literally did.
And then I think I took 6 months off in the gym.
Yeah.
Just didn't do anything.
And so I take a year off, right? And then when I go to play again, I couldn't play like I used to, and that like pissed me off. I was so upset about it. And if you think about it, like no other place in society really glorifies perfection like sports do. Like I was able to play at the top of my, like, honestly, I feel like I was at the top of my tennis career when I was in college. So like even my senior year, like the last couple matches, I will remember my senior day match for my entire life. I played so well, right? We talk about how you only have like a few matches that you can count on your hand where you left the court, you're like, that was perfect. Like I didn't miss anything. I saw the ball, it was this big, my angles, everything. And like that match to me was like the top of my game. So it's like, okay, I take a year off and I go back, and like all I think about is how I used to be able to play, like even in that match.
Yeah.
And when I couldn't do it, it pushed me away from the sport even more. I'm like, well, I can't play like I used to. Like I can't even touch a racket. And I really disassociated from it. Even working out and like the eating habits, like adjusting to like how much I should be eating. Not like you need to be no, I'm not trying to talk about like counting calories or anything like that. But we were working out so much that we really could eat whatever we wanted.
If we were working out about 4 hours a day, and even going back to what you're saying about how taking a year off and then getting back into it and not being as good, imagine how the pros feel where this is their job and they have to take 8-9 months off for an ACL injury, and they have to try and get back into it and lose all those points in their rankings. Again, they're not starting from zero, but it's gonna take a while for them to kind of get back into it.
Exactly, like especially if they used to be ranked number 1, like Andy Murray, my heart goes out for you.
Yeah.
Like you were 1 in the world. Was he ever 1? But 4 at least.
Yeah.
And it's like then
he's won Grand Slams, won the gold medal.
Yeah. And his knee blows out, and then he's losing like first rounds of Grand Slams. Like that would kill me.
Yeah, and
that would kill me.
Oh my God, I think he might have lost first round at the US Open. Was it against Tsitsipas? It might have been first or second round, and I remember everyone's like, oh, he's so angry. I'm like, I would be angry too if you lost first or second round at a Grand Slam that you've won.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think it was first
I think it was first round.
Bathroom.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I would clearly be mad if I don't know.
No, exactly. So it's like, I pick up a racket, I'm not as good as I used to be, and I further pushed the sport away. I didn't want to work out. Because I was so used to having a trainer, and I don't like, honestly, that sounds so like snobby. Like, I don't have a trainer, but like my entire life, like, you know, even in juniors, I had a trainer. Me and Eleni, we would always go work out. We had a plan. We had somebody watching over us. Then you go to college, it's a small group. We have a trainer as well. It's like, I would go, realistically, when I was living in Philly right after college, I lived there for 2 years. Those were probably like the lowest years like of my life, I would say. I was coping with like not really working out. I wasn't happy with my body. I wasn't happy with how I completely stopped playing tennis, but I kept pushing it away. And like, I talk about this all the time, like when I was living in Philly, not making the best decisions, just I wasn't myself. Like, I think living here, I'm a completely different person. I'm so happy with like the person that I am. But like, after college, I mean, it was hard. It was hard. And like, even my parents both like, why aren't you playing as much? Like, my mom was always on me, like, you should be playing. And I'm like, no, because in the back of my mind, it was that perfection thing. Like, I'm not as good as I used to be. I don't want to play.
I mean, it's so interesting though. It's so true. I remember your mom had said to, you know, keep up the sport that gave you your education. It's so true. Tennis gave us our education. And I think that's another thing too, is that tennis is a lifelong sport. There's a lot of other sports that don't have kind of like adult leagues after college. You can kind of think of really any sport. I mean, I know we've talked about gymnastics before in a couple episodes. I don't know, I'm thinking of random sports now, swimming, diving, whatever. Tennis is such a social sport, so I feel like even though we aren't as good as we were in college, when again we have to forgive ourselves, we were training 4 hours a day, you know, at least we do have experience in a sport that we can play for the rest of our lives. And I think that's why I'm almost finding so much joy in playing golf too, where I mean, I really want to find or play at that Top Golf over at Chelsea Piers, but it's just it's again a social sport. It's fun. I think women should really start playing more golf too. I feel there was where did I see it? I think it sounds like on LinkedIn or something, where there was a whole group of women that went out on the golf course just for a social corporate social thing. And because, you know, you think about how many deals are made on a golf course for men. So many. Imagine if women were able to start playing golf and getting into that.
My god, you know? I didn't even think about that.
How many deals are made on a golf course? How many leads, whether you're a financial advisor, whatever, how many people do you meet on a golf course that's a qualified lead? But you know, it's how many people are going to meet on a golf course or on a tennis court, where, you know, I think that those two sports are lifelong sports. So I think we do have that, you know, kind of privilege that we did start playing tennis at such a young age, where even though we aren't as good as we are now, we can still pick up a racket and play.
That's a good point. And like, that actually leads me into this NCAA stat. 56% of former athletes are thriving after sport, and I think it does depend a lot on the sport that you did play. Right? Like tennis, we're so lucky, right? Like, I eventually got over that hump. We play on the West Side Highway all the time. There's courts across the street from us. I love it. I love getting out there, hitting the ball, sweating. It feels so good. But again, we're lucky that we have that sport that we can play into our 80s, honestly, 90s. But, so like, what's sad is, 56% of NCAA athletes are happy and thriving. That does mean that 44% aren't. Which is sad. And I think it's just redefining what being an athlete like means for you, right? So like, I would never change my life, right? Change the life experiences that I had through tennis. Like, it's taught me so much, right? The grind, how to work hard, stay motivated, look within myself for answers, like how to trust myself. Like, I would not change any of that. And like, now we're playing just for fun. It's so nice. Like, honestly, for me, leaving the sport, sure, I really detached from it for a while, but like, just getting out there without the competition, without all the pressure.
Oh my gosh.
It's so nice.
And also what I've realized is, when does putting pressure on yourself ever work? When does being hard on yourself ever help you? Anytime that we're just hitting the ball up the middle and practicing with not even like playing points, we're just swinging, we're going cross court, whatever, we're playing so well. Now if we were to put more pressure on ourselves, that's why I almost feel like I feel like my serve has gotten better after college. I feel like my forehand has gotten better after college because I'm not thinking about it technically. And I remember when I was just starting to take some golf lessons, I was like, oh gosh, like how do I take it? I'm like, oh, here we go again, Jackie, being all technical with a new sport. I'm like, oh my God, just swing.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
who cares? And that's kind of like how it is in tennis. And I feel like you can kind of relate that to anything in life. When does being really hard on yourself ever help you?
Right. And yeah, I agree. Your serve has gotten so much better. And
Oh,
it's
it's
because you're
overthinking.
Mhm.
Like queen of overthinking and being anxious and what is my technique look like? Blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah.
no, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is get in the freaking box. That's it.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your technique. I mean, Andy Roddick almost had an abbreviated, not backswing on his serve, but he like brought it up closer to his head at first rather than a full backswing. And do you think his coach is like, this is how you need to do it, exactly like that? No, he just did what felt good, and he's like, well, that works for me, and then just kept doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yeah.
It's like there's no perfect technique.
Exactly. And like, tennis with technique, I feel like that just goes back to the quote, right? Like, sports is the only area in society and life where perfection is expected. So it's like, it depends on the coach that you had, right? Like, my coach was so technical and he wanted like the perfect strokes. And I mean, you see the pros and they do have perfect strokes. And I think a part of that is to prevent injury, right? Like, you do want
like
to
tennis
have your elbow up. Exactly. Like, you don't want to be like holding, like, my forehand
Yeah.
used to be so Western and I used to like come at it like this. I would have elbow problems, wrist problems.
I mean, my forehand grip is so Western.
Yeah.
I really don't know how I don't have wrist problems, but I think my body's just gotten used to it.
Yeah. So like, I get where you're coming from with the technical aspect, but at the end of the day, as long as you're relaxed and just out there swinging, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, again, I'm in such a good place now with tennis too, and just like of who I am, right? And I think like a lot of that with this podcast too, it's so nice being able to like talk about our experiences, and I hope people enjoy listening to these experiences, and hopefully you guys have similar ones, or if you don't, you can relate it in some way. But this has just been an awesome outlet too, because it was our whole lives.
Tennis has taken up over half of our life. It's been like 15 years,
Seriously.
so why not try and teach people a little bit about tennis, encourage people to go out there on the court and start something new. And I know there's a quote, it's you don't have to be good at something to start, but in order to become good you have to at least start. And I feel like it's totally okay. It's like as you get older, it's like, oh, I want to try something new. Oh, but I'm gonna be so bad at it. Like, who cares? Just have fun.
The
Laugh
best
at
players,
yourself.
the best players in the world started from somewhere. I love that quote.
Yeah.
I love that quote. Thank you, Fitz. This was an amazing episode.
It was an amazing episode. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2022. But yeah, happy holidays. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.